Hello world. Today I've got some tips of how to survive hardships. Okay, so for those who don't know, I am a leukemia survivor. I've actually had two attacks of leukemia, um, and in both cases I was in very bad shape and spent a lot of time in hospital. And the second one I got stem cells, and that got me helped me to recover, and I'm now in remission and on my way to recovery. But one of the things I was thinking about, and people have asked about, is what do you do in those hard times? When it gets hard, when you're struggling. And I was thinking about it, and I've got what I think the five things that help the five tips that help me the most to get through them. And I'm going to share them with you so that it can help you with whatever things you're going through. It be any situation, sickness, problem you've got, whatever it is. I think these things will help you. So number one is pray. I am a Christian, and I do believe if you pray and get God involved in your life, and He will be there for you. And prayer is more than just giving a to-do list to God of things to do, but prayer is an open relationship where you talk to God, but you also listen back. I do believe Bible reading should be a part of your prayer life. And I believe that that is something that really helped me, because I got a lot of strength and courage to face what I had to face because I did it with God. Which is then also linked to the second tip, is remember the promises that God has given you. And it can be things like a word someone gave you, something you read in the Bible and you felt God was speaking to you. It could even be, and this helped me a lot, is a direct word from God, because I do know the day I got diagnosed for the first time with leukemia, my wife, her mom was there, we were crying, it was sad, and I got a message from God, and I knew this was from Him because if point one is working well for you, you can recognize the Holy Spirit when He speaks to you. And it was very clear that God said, Gert, it's going to be hard, but you're going to make it. And that's what got me through. We had the talk with the doctor during the second attack, where we sort of had that talk of, well, we don't know what to do anymore. It looks bad. The chemo didn't work. And the only thing I think that really pulled Tessa and me through at that point, Tessa was my wife, the only thing that got us through was God's promises, and the promise that I'd make it no matter how hard it get, I would make it to the end. And here I am. The third tip is talk to someone. You really need to have someone to talk to in hard times. To explain how you're feeling and deal with those things. I remember at one point I said to Tessa, I'm going to need, the way I put it is a independent third party. Basically, I got a psychologist to talk to for a while. That helped. I'd speak to Tessa about the things in the hospital. I would speak to the nurses. They would always listen. Some rough days, I'd call my mom up, and talk to her. And whether the people can help you or provide you advice or anything isn't important. You just need to talk to them. And it is great when they can help you out in whatever way. The fourth tip I can give you, and is to do that thing that gets you going. What I mean by that is, during my time that I was sick, I rediscovered my love for a band called Skillet. They have, you got to like the taste in music, but I do like it. But the words of their songs are amazing. And I remember when I got home from hospital the first time I was sick, I started listening to a song of theirs called Feel Invincible. Now trust me, when you've had leukemia and your body's withered away, you don't feel invincible. But that song gave me the courage to fight back and to start building up strength. That way when the second attack came, I was strong enough to be able to take it. And I listen to a lot of their songs because they do have what I call fight songs. They make you ready to fight for your life. So it's great, and do whatever it works for you. I know Tessa loves to listen to motivational talks. The type that sports teams give, yeah, you can do it, go for it, you've got it in you. And I laugh because I think it's funny, but it gets her going, so she does it. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to find that thing that gets you motivated, and if you feel down, you're struggling, play it, listen to it, let it get you going. And the fifth tip I can give you is for when going through hard times, especially if it's a very long, prolonged time, find something you enjoy and do it. If you have a hobby, do it. If you have people you enjoy spending time with, try and get them to come over. Do that sort of thing. The thing that worked for me is while I was in hospital on some hard days, what I started doing is I started watching old Formula One races from the 80s and 90s because I enjoy them. So I'd start watching those, something like that. But find something that can bring you joy in life, because if life is hard, sometimes you've got to find light moments in it. Anyway, I hope these tips can help you in some way or form. Especially in the time we're in now, we really need to find things to help us get through the hard times, and to make it in the end. Anyway, keep well and God bless.